Hello everyone, welcome to Destination Aviation Virtual Summer Camp. For today's field trip, we are actually at the Lakeland Linder International Airport. Let's go meet our guide. Hey Josh.
Hi, welcome.
All right guys, we are here with one of the operations specialists, Josh Sellards. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, since as a airport operations specialist, I handle a lot of the inspections that happen on the airfield. I also take care of a lot of the badging that for the individuals that come in and want access into the airfield. And I handle a lot of the accident and incidences from aircraft that happen at the airfield.
Awesome. So you're going to be our guide today.
I am going to be your guide today, and I am excited to take you around the airport.
Awesome. Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Hello everyone, we are here at the Lakeland Linder International Airport, and joining me is the airport director, Gene Conrad. Thank you so much for having us. Can you tell us a little bit about the airport, what's going on?
Sure. Well, thanks, Kimberly. I appreciate the opportunity, and welcome everybody to Lakeland Linder International Airport. We're extremely busy right now. We've been very fortunate over the last several years. We've had some rather large new tenants come in, one being the NOAA Hurricanes Hunters back in 2017. And now Amazon and their air cargo operation is going to start here in July, on July 23rd, and they're just completing a $130 million facility here on the airport. So we're excited about that. But with that, we have obviously a lot of other great tenants here on the airport, Sun & Fun obviously being one of them, hosting the second largest flying event in the country here at our facility. But when you look at our airport, we have over 1,700 acres. We have over 1.5 million square feet of facilities. So in all those facilities, we house about 75 businesses and organizations. So right now, about 1,500 people a day come here every single day here to this airport to go to work. So we're pretty proud of that. But when you look at it, and our facility and what we specifically do here, and I like to say a lot, when you've seen one airport, you've seen one airport. But here, again, we're super unique because we do RC model flying here. Obviously, we have the fly-in with our great partners at Sun & Fun. We have 7 A&P shops here. We have 2 avionics shops. We have a large paint shop, so we can paint like 7 Southwest 737s or JetBlue A320s. Again, with the Hurricane Hunters, with Amazon, with Drocket International, and they're a contract air services company for the Department of Defense. They have 80 older fighter jets that they've gone literally around the world and bought other countries' air forces and shipped them here, and they rebuild the airplanes and regenerate them and send them out and make money flying for the Department of Defense. So a lot of unique businesses here and opportunities for folks that are watching here today, to get jobs here one day, hopefully.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, for me specifically, I'm very fortunate. I was born in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So if anybody knows anything about aviation, it's kind of the mecca of aviation. That's where Experimental Aircraft Association is based, EAA, and the annual Air Venture is held. Unfortunately, not this year, but we'll hopefully get back there next year. But I was born there, and my father ran the airport there when I was a kid. So I had a very unique upbringing, and then he moved on. He was an airport director for 30 years and was at Huntsville International Airport and then Dayton International Airport. So again, I kind of knew what I was going to do when I grew up, just being around him and being around these other airports. But then fortunately for me, specifically, back in 2009, I was actually up in Oshkosh, and I had already worked at several airports prior to obviously getting here, but I learned about the opportunity here specifically at Lakeland when I was up at Oshkosh, and I interviewed and I was 34 years old and got the job. But I had to move around to several different places. I started at Port Columbus. I graduated from Ohio State, got my aviation management degree there. I started there at Port Columbus, worked there for about a year at their international airport. Then I was at Dayton for about six years, I guess it was, 6 or 8 years, whatever it was. And then I worked for a private company, Branson Airport LLC, and we built a $155 million airport in Branson, Missouri. So when I got there, was a big dirt hole. When I left, we had commercial service with Frontier and AirTran. So we were very fortunate. That was a great project. But again, coming here is just a great opportunity because of all the unique things here and the diversity of tenants and opportunities we have here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
Well, the most rewarding part of my job and my other team members and the folks that work for me and do a great job would probably say is when we're successful, then we're creating opportunities for others. And when I say that, it's about creating jobs from the aviation industry and what we do here on this facility, because the majority of our business are aviation related, and we're creating a lot of jobs on that side, but we also have not what we call non-aviation businesses. We have a large steel company here, for example, that distributes steel all over Florida from right here in this location. We have a trucking logistics company here in the airport as well. So again, a lot of diversification in different businesses. But again, you know, whether it's the Hurricane Hunters, Amazon, with all the things we've been able to do here and all the capital investment we put into this facility, over $300 million over the last 10 years, you know, our ability to do that is, you know, also creates opportunities for others to get jobs and keep our economy here locally going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know for those of us that are on the airport, we are so appreciative of all the support that you've done for us. So thank you so much for having us, and I think your operations team is going to show us around a little bit.
Awesome, very good. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, we are inside the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol building with Josh. Tell us a little bit about the building and what goes on here.
Okay, so this building is mainly used as a port of entry for Lakeland. If anybody wants to fly from another country into Lakeland directly, that they are accepted into this building and is welcome to the United States and processed into the United States from a foreign country.
Very cool. So I bet a lot of people, especially local, probably didn't know that.
No, most people don't know that this is a port of entry for international traffic, and it was just recently converted into an international airport in 2017.
Right. So you don't really have you don't have commercial airlines coming in, but you have a lot of private aircraft coming in.
That's exactly right. So it's charters, private aircraft, anybody that wants to fly, say, from the Bahamas, or we even have flights as far as Italy come directly to this airport and get accepted into the United States at this very airport.
Very cool. Have you been down here when people have arrived? Has this room been filled?
Yes, actually, I have to be here for every flight that arrives here. As part of one of my responsibilities is we have to collect any international garbage that comes from out of country to make sure that it doesn't have any foreign things inside of that garbage that could be accepted in the United States. And so we have to make sure that all the bad stuff stays away from the United States and we collect it and process it properly. But we have to accept every single international flight here and make sure that it is processed properly before they can.
I'm just curious, do you know approximately how many international flights have come to these ports?
No, I
No?
do not.
Okay.
But we typically accept between 2 to 6 flights a week.
Okay, all right. That's quite a bit for I think.
So, if you guys would like to take a look around, I'd love to show you the inside of the United States Customs building. Follow me. So in this area, we actually take and accept the people that bring their passports and international documents and give them to the agent, and they have their documents inspected and any baggage that they have inspected as well if the agent chooses to do so. They also have holding rooms if they need people to go into holding rooms. So one of the really interesting things about this building is it has a sterile area that's located on the ramp, and it's this giant red box. Whenever aircraft come in to be checked in the United States at this port of entry, they have to come in, park inside that box until an agent comes to meet them at the aircraft. Once the agent meets them at the aircraft is then inspected, and the passengers can deplane and come inside the building once the plane has been secured inside the sterile area. Welcome everyone to the Air Traffic Control Tower. Here, this tower stands 154 feet tall. And currently, we've had over 120,000 operations in a year. So our tower is relatively new. It actually opened up in 2016, so it is only 4 years old. And currently, it is actually one of the tallest towers in Florida, which you think most towers, they only service landing and departing aircraft. But towers do a lot more than that. They actually service in-transit and flyover aircraft. So they do a lot more than just driving and departing aircraft.
How many air traffic controllers are up to?
At one time, there's 2 controllers, one serving on the ground frequency, so they control everybody that's out actually on the ground. And then there's one controller that is the tower frequency, and they control everybody that's currently flying around the airport within the Class Delta air service.
Okay, so when the Santa Fe Aerospace Expo happens, there's a lot of air traffic. Do y'all bring in more?
So yes, whenever Sunapun happens, there's actually a total of 54 controllers that come out here to service just that 1 week alone. There's about 12 up in the tower at any one time, with an additional 15 to 20 out on the airfield to service those aircraft that are landing and departing on the airfield. So our controllers right now are controlling Class Delta Air Service, which controls 4 miles horizontally around the airport and at an altitude of 2,600 feet for this particular airspace.
Welcome everyone to one of our tenants. This is Double M Aviation. They're a maintenance facility and repair shop. They take aircraft of all types. They rebuild engines and airframes and they get them back into the air.
So everybody, I would like to welcome you to our T hangars. Now these are local individuals that rent out these spaces to house all their airplanes that is here at the airport. Now they call them T hangars because the aircraft actually interlock T's inside the building. That way it optimizes the space that the building occupies.
Hey guys, we're here with Craig Stewart. He is the maintenance supervisor here at the Lakeland Linder International Airport. Craig, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Yes, our maintenance staff is responsible for over 1,700 acres and a million square feet facility. We maintain the grounds, the airport lighting, the airfield signage, asphalt. We keep the fog off the pavements to allow aircraft to safely transverse, to and from the apron or to runway areas. Yeah.
Great. Is there anything unique about what you do here?
We get to see, planes every day, so, we get to be around aircraft. That's pretty neat. So, the truck and the aircraft that they have, the hurricane warrants and stuff like that, that's super cool.
Are you a pilot yourself?
I'm not.
Do you want to be?
I would like to fly one day. That would be pretty cool.
We're in the perfect place to do that.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about where you are.
So we're at the maintenance facility here where we store, parts and supplies, to the upkeep of the airfield. We also have our equipment here. As you'll see over here to my left, as we were panning, we have a 544K loader, which we do our own aircraft recovery. So if there's an incident on the airfield, our maintenance staff will do the recovery and remove the aircraft from the airfield. We also have a street sweeper, which, as I spoke about earlier, to remove the fog and whatnot on the ramps and taxi buildings. We have several tractors that are they're out now mowing. It's 1,700 acres. It's a lot to mow. So
little bit about these because the only time I've ever seen these used are when we have the honor flights.
Also the switchbacks, yep, that's or air stairs. Those allow passengers to access the aircraft. It's the stairs that we manually push them up to the aircraft and allow passengers to board and offload. Yes, and so some of the other responsibilities of maintenance is we maintain our equipment. So we do minor and even do major repairs and overhaul to some of the equipment. In addition to that, we also maintain airfield markings, we clean them, or even repaint them.
One of the fantastic tenants that we have here at the airport is Draken International. They provide tactical fighter aircraft for contract air services, including military and defense industry customers. In other words, they provide the adversary aircraft that fight against our American military in simulated war games. While everything is simulated, they serve an important role by allowing our aircraft to engage foreign aircraft just as they might in actual combat.
Welcome everybody to another tenant that's here at the airport. This tenant is an MRO, who stands for Maintenance, Overhaul, and Repair. So they repair large jets. As you see behind me, this is a 727. The last time this was produced was in 1988. So they have a lot of repairs that have to happen to keep this bird still flying in the air. So they take and they go through the entire aircraft from front to back to make sure that every piece of equipment is functional, so that way this aircraft can stay flying. Hey everybody, we're here at one of our tenant locations. It is Polk State College. They are one of the Part 141 flight schools. It's here on airport property. Now you can go ahead and with this school you can get an airport pilot license and a college degree at the same time.
Hey guys, we are now out at the VOR with one of the operations specialists, Kira Jenkins. Can you tell us a little bit about the VOR, what it stands for, what it does?
Hey guys, we are at the VOR, like she said, the big bowling pin looking thing behind us, and what it does is it provides distance to the airport for aircraft. So it stands for Very High Frequency Omnidirectional Range, just a big fancy word for compass.
Great. So tell us a little bit about, before you came here, what did you do? What's your experience?
Well, just recently, guys, I transitioned out of active duty in the Navy, where I was an air traffic controller for 10 years. So being on an airport is no strange feat for me.
Wonderful.
One of Josh's duties is wildlife deterrence. Yes, part of Josh's job is to play with fireworks. We didn't get a chance to visit Amazon, but here's one of their Prime Air 767s. Don't forget, next week is NOAA. This is some great footage of Central Florida Aerospace Academy on the ACE campus. Lakeland Linder International Airport is an incredible aviation ecosystem.